I mean, this is my favorite Tesla. My favorite Tesla, and nobody wants it. All right, so you see a ton of Model 3s, right? A ton of Model Ys. You see a ton of Cybertrucks now. Still not as much as the Model 3 and the Model Y. But the question is, why no one buys the Model X? I mean, there's actually less people that buy the Model S, and there's different data in different places. I've done extensive research, and they go, another Model 3. Right? Another Model 3 just drove by. And some of it just, straight economics. Some of it just makes sense. But I'm going to tell you why I love this vehicle and why it's my favorite Tesla. And first off, welcome back. You can be anywhere in the world and you're here with me right now, and I appreciate that. And I just want to thank everybody who tunes into my channel. So many cool things. I've met so many cool people. I've, especially driving a Cybertruck. Locally, you see other Cybertruck drivers, and we talk, we meet up, intentionally, sometimes unintentionally, and people will recognize me, and it feels good. And I don't know, that's probably one of the best parts about this community. For the most part, everybody's really cool, some really great people. But this video is about the Model X, and it's very interesting to me. My very first Tesla was a Tesla Model X. In 2020, we got a Tesla Model X, and the reason was because we needed to replace our 8-seater Nissan Armada, and the closest thing we can get to that was a 7-seater Model X at that time. And yeah, we lost a seat, but we gained so much. So first of all, looks are always subjective, right? And we weren't in love with the looks of that 2020. This right here is a 2025. And whew, that color, right? That red. We always go with that dark gray. But this time we went with that red. We went with that red this time, right? To bring some life into it. Opposite of dead. But red is, the color of blood. But this is like a cherry. This is that ultra red. But I'm spending a lot of time talking about the color because, to be real with you, this is the brightest color vehicle that we've ever had. And I know we can put wraps and things like that on here, but I mean, straight from the factory, my wife was like, I want red this time. I said, let's do red this time then, right? Let's switch it up. But why aren't people buying this? And this is my favorite Tesla. And I can't say something like, oh, well, that means more for me. No, because, I'm not going to buy 98,000 Model X's. But the first thing that I really love about this is, of course, you probably already saw that, right? Just the luxury, the luxurious feel of the Tesla Model X. And I think that's why it stands out to me the most. People always knock Teslas for not being too premium, not feeling luxurious compared to like Mercedes, compared to like, and that door keep popping open because that's one of the premium features. So I'm gonna walk up closer so you can just see, like, it opens for you, right? And I didn't turn down the music anyway. But I don't know, what other car manufacturers do that? The door opens for you. And then when you walk away, watch what happens. And I'm not touching my phone or anything. It closes. I mean, that's dope. I don't care what anybody says. That's dope. And you can set it to where it won't open when you don't want it to. Let's say it's in your garage and it bothers you, and every time you walk by, it opens. It's gotten much better at that. I think the number one reason why people don't get this is because they buy the Model Y. And yes, they are similar in many ways. And a Model Y starts at, well, the new Model Y, we're not going to count because we don't know the actual pricing of that yet. But you can get a Model Y starting at $48,000 for a Model Y, which is a great vehicle. Everybody knows it, #1 selling vehicle in the world. But if you want a Model X, man, 48,000 versus, oh, you get free supercharger now though. Don't get me started on that. For 85,000, over $30,000 to get a Model X. So most people are like, why would I do that? I'm gonna get a Model Y. I'm gonna get me a Tesla. And I understand that. But there's something to be said. I don't know if it's a $30,000 difference, right? I don't know if it's a $38,000 difference. But first thing, man, if you want premium and you want a Tesla, this is what you do. You get a Tesla Model X. And of course, the look is unique. The body style is similar to a Model Y, right? But little things like that, right? The door opens for you. And if you don't want it to open for you, you just press it in and then it'll open still for you, right? And if you want to close it, man, you guys have probably seen this before. You know, you can press this button. When you get inside, you step on the brake and it closes. But there's lots of ways you can manipulate the getting into the vehicle. And of course, everybody knows about the Falcon wing doors. We fell in love with these when we test drove it in 2020. And we love the Model X so much we had to get a new one, 2025. And people say these are gimmicks. If you say that, you don't really know, because these are so functional. And the main reason is because look how easy it is for me to just get inside. All right, look at this. It's easy for me, 6 foot tall, easy for me to get in, right? If you have kids, it's easy for them to get in. If you have elderly people, it's easy for them to get in. And if you have a baby, it's easy to put a baby in there. But that's something that's overlooked. And what I used to talk about with my old Model X was that I did not trust my kids opening the car door next to other cars, because they have done it, bang the car next to them. With this, it manipulates itself to go around because of the hinges. Look at that. Look at that. You see how that folds in? Because of the hinges, it maneuvers around tight vehicles, closed vehicles. This is a 6-seater, the only 6-seater that they offer. And you can get a 7-seater, which is what we had the first time. This time we went with a 6-seater. Here's what I like, right? You want to get to the 3rd row. And it's not the biggest, but watch this. In my old one, it was so much work. Watch this. I want to get to the back. Watch this closely. And look at what's happening to the front seat. The front seat moves forward so that people can easily get back there. You might say that's tight, and that might not be the best way you want to get in there. You could also, of course, climb through and get to the back. But we went with the 6-seater because we wanted something different. Now I'm gonna go all the way to the back. And again, big dude, 6 foot, sitting back here. I don't have a lot of room. Look, I don't have room, but I'm gonna move this seat up. And now I got room. And now I'm back here. And how comfortable am I? Well, enough. And I'm gonna bring it back. Comfortable enough for a short trip. I did have 6 adults in my 7-seater. Comfortable enough, so that works. But yeah, it's a little tight back here. I don't think 2 adults should sit back here for a long, extended amount of time. But getting back here was not hard at all. And let's just test something out. So you see, you know, my knee is up to the seat. Let's see if we can have another 6-footer sit in front. And now I'm in the 2nd row, right? And I have enough room with another me behind me. I have enough room. And of course, the seat can go up more too, because they have a ton of room up there. It's not the most room in the world, but it's comfortable enough. But anyway, we got a rear screen back here. And the new Model Ys will have this as well. We have cup holders down here. They have cup holders right there. You know, that's just for the people in the back. And it's a nice ride back here. It's comfortable. Let me tell you why it's still my favorite. I haven't even gotten to why this is my favorite Tesla. Now, people don't buy this because they think it's similar to the Model Y. 6 Y, and there's no 6-seater, no 6-seat configuration in a Model Y. They said they're bringing a 7-seater back, but if you know, you know, those 7 seats, can't really fit 7 people in there. I mean, we had a 7-seater Model X, and you could fit 7 people in there. Adults struggled in the back, but you could. It's really hard to fit 7 people in the Model Y. But for 30,000+, here's why I love it. I'm gonna get in here, and all I'm gonna do is step on that brake. Look what happens to the door. Closes for me. Party trick, that's a party trick. No, it's not, right? That is, to me, that's a great feature because I'm lazy and I want, you know, this car is gonna be all about autonomy. That's a big one. It opens for you, it closes for you. Having all of the controls on the screen. So if I did want to open something else, look, open. I do this for my wife a lot. When she's getting ready to come to the car, I open the door for her. I can close it, of course. I can close it, of course. And, you know, when I get home, sometimes as soon as we pull in, I'm like, okay, see you guys later. And my wife's like, I'm not ready to get out yet. Right? But it's nice, right? You feel like you got your own valet service, right? So there's that. And the doors, I mean, that to me is just, that feels luxurious. That feels premium. But something else you might have noticed in here. Yep, this and the Model S are the only Teslas with dual screens. Now, I don't know. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people say they don't like it because they only have the one and they want to feel good about it. But I'm telling you, if I had the choice, I'm definitely taking 2 screens instead of just one. More information. That leaves more real estate on this screen for you to do things. All the pertinent information is right here in front of you. I had my homeboy test drive all my Teslas, and I knew he would love this one the most because it feels the most traditional, but also the most futuristic. And I mean, we got the wood in here. Some people like that, some people don't. We got a regular round steering wheel, but again, modern buttons, no stalks, which makes it overall more clean. But I love having on. I'm gonna put my seatbelt on just so you can see all the information up there. And look at that, tap to drive. So if I put it in drive, there we are, right? And if I just go a little bit forward, just so you can see what's on there. We got the speedometer on there. We got the speed limit on there. We got percentage of battery left. We got the temperature. We have the drive mode. And we have the time there, which leaves a whole lot of space on this screen. And this screen is cool because, as you can see, it's kind of tilted towards me. You can change that. You can go ahead and go display and show you if my wife wants to do something on it. I can move it over to her. All right. A little slow, but look at that. That's premium. That's really premium. I can move it back to the center. I keep mine on the left, but oh, that looks kind of cool too. But you know, it's kind of a little bit harder to reach that side. I'm bringing it towards me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There it is, right? And then you got a huge screen, second to only the Cybertruck. And look at that map. All right, you can see so much on this map. So much going on over here. And there's our music, right? Which moves everything over, but you have space for all that. You have navigation. Let's say I want to go to Lowe's. Right, so now I have, and I can move my music over here. And I have my directions over here. Right, and then I have all this right here where I can still see, not much. But then if I want to shrink that down, there it is too. So there's so much to show on this huge screen. Also got our wireless chargers right here. They're still mid. They're still whatever. And of course this screen is great because if I put it in park, you know, we can watch full screen. It's great for media consumption now. Overall, this is better than my 2020 by far. But just talking about how responsive the screen is, right? And make sure the volume's down. How responsive it is, how luxurious it feels. And I mean, that's dope, man. You sitting in your car waiting for your car to charge. You can play games. You can watch, you know, YouTube. You can watch Netflix. And also, they did change this. And you can see here, we got cup holders right here too. We used to have a huge bin in the old one, and you can still put stuff in the lower portion down here, but it seems like it's more thought out. Storage here, we can hold more in there again. And they really simplified what's on the doors. The old Model X had a whole lot going on. It's cleaner. Like, it just feels better. And I didn't talk about this giant windshield. Look at that. And that really does add to the experience because you feel like you're out in the open. You can see everything around you. You can see nature. I mean, no other vehicle has a windshield this large and in charge. And that does make it feel luxurious. It's not perfect, right? We got these weird sun visors and they work. But, you know, if you have, you know, sun coming in from the side, you can't do that. You can't block that at all. So that's kind of dumb. But again, it's not perfect, right? There's compromises for the few times you have sun over here on the side. But look at this huge open windshield. But the in-cabin experience is amazing. Not only that, if we drive this vehicle, it feels like a yacht. It's a comfortable drive. It's a smooth drive. It feels like everything is tight. And I mean, yes, it got some pickup. Yes, it can push it to the limits. But when you're coasting and you're chilling on a Sunday afternoon and you're living a good life and you're not in a hurry, but you can be if you need to be, this is a smooth ride. One of the smoothest. I mean, the Cybertruck is up there too, but I think that's just because of the suspension, right? But this has the air suspension as well, which makes it a nice soft ride. So quiet in here. Something that's a very underrated feature of electric vehicles. But it's a pleasurable experience. I will say though, I don't like the capacitive buttons here. I want actual buttons like they have on the Model 3 and the Model Y. You know, they're not buttons, but they give you a vibrating feedback that, you know, simulates a button press, but I don't like that at all. Even on the door, it feels weird. It feels artificial. So I don't like that, but it's not a deal breaker. And it's my favorite one. It sits up high. The Model X sits up high, and I feel like I have a lot of control. You can control the stiffness of the steering like all Teslas, but I would say it's not the most fun vehicle to drive. That would probably have to go to either a Cybertruck or a Model 3. But it's nimble, it's smooth, it's luxurious. But for 30 plus thousand, I can understand a lot of people saying, nah, I'm good. I don't need all that, right? I want to keep it simple because, yeah, with all these moving parts like the screen, the doors, they're mechanical things that can go wrong. And you don't really have that problem with the Model Y as much for the most part. And we have had issues with our Model X Falcon Wing doors on our original one. So I can see people not wanting to deal with that. So you know, you save a lot of money by getting a Model Y, which is, you know, not the same. I wouldn't even say comparable. I would say that they have a lot of similar traits. And of course, you know, they all have the Tesla DNA, but just the nature of the vehicle, what it looks like, what it feels like. I mean, the ride in here is a lot better. It's a more comfortable ride in here than a Model Y. And I think if you test drove this and test drove the Model Y, it'd be a tougher decision, but just looking at them on paper, it's easier to go with the Model Y. But if you have the extra money and you're willing to spend the extra money, I feel like that's the big thing, because you might have the money, but you might not want to spend it, and that's fair too, right? So if you have the money and you're willing to spend it, and you're trying to decide between this and a Model Y, I feel like this is definitely a better vehicle. I have compared my 2020 Model X with my 2023 Model Y, brand new versus a used one, and I still chose the used Model X 2020. So if you can see find a used Model X, I think it's the better vehicle, and it should be at that price, right? But that's up for you to decide. And a lot of people want to know about this vehicle as a daily driver. Is it a better daily driver? From the things I'm telling you, like the comfort, from like, you know, the in-cabin experience that just feels more premium. Everything looks more premium, feels more premium. The seats, right? We went with the cream, the 6-seater, the Falcon Wing doors, right? Taking people to different places. Is this a better daily driver than a Cybertruck and a Model 3? And I know the answer to that. Of the Model 3, the Cybertruck, and a Model X, the best daily driver is the, I'm gonna say that for another video. Another thing that I always seem to leave out because, you know, I don't do it while I'm driving, while I'm filming, the audio. Man, the music in here, the premium audio is definitely felt and heard. Definitely a step up from the Model Y. Some people say it's close, and the Model Y has a great sound system, but the X, to me, second to only the Cybertruck. Model S is good too, though. I think the Model S and the Model X, I don't know though. I feel like I've had Model S's not for an extended amount of time, but I feel like the audio in here is just amazing, top notch. And that's something else to not forget about. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Don't forget, Cobra told you. All right, y'all. There go another Model Y. There go a Model S. There go a Model Y. We just had a Model 3 drive by. Here goes another Model 3. I mean, it does make more sense to get the other models. It makes way more sense. Okay, right now I'm surrounded by Model Ys. There's another Model Y, #1 seller. There's another one right behind me. They're probably my neighbors, and they probably wondering why I'm filming them. And there's another Model Y right there, a third one. And #1 seller. Look at that. #1 seller. Model 3. What about over here? What we got? What we got? Model Y. Model 3. What else we got? We got any down there? Any down there? We got some down there? I didn't see any down there. Let's keep it looking. There's a fun game right here. This kind of games I play in my spare time. Oh, there's another one, Model 3. Yes, sir. Kind of fun I be having. I don't know what kind of fun you have, but this kind of fun I have. Let's see. Let's keep it locked. I see one. This one got a cool little wrap on it. Okay, I like it. I'm feeling it. Oh, 2 Model 3s in that garage right there. I don't know if I caught that. 2 more Model 3s in that garage. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Okay, still going. This person probably think I'm following them because I have, oh, Model 3 in that garage. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, Model X right here. What we got? Oh, Model Y right there. Okay, Model Y, what we got? What we got? None. They like, nah, we don't want no Teslas. Yeah. So if you're trying to have some real fun in life, that's what y'all need to do. Y'all need to do what I do. And that's go find Teslas.